Stream and alright, let's see the elapsed time. I'll do it at 10 seconds. Alright, I haven't played this game in a minute. Yeah. So, we're going to be talking about WrestleMania 34. It happened last night. We all know about it. I liked the card a lot. A lot of people I've been seeing have a lot of problems with what happened with some things, like with the main event, which I'll get to, and as well as some of the hype around the AJ Nakamura match, which did feel underwhelming at moments, but just because of how much hype they had about around it, promoting it as a dream match, which it really was for a lot of people, but it just felt a lot lackluster compared to what we were expecting to see. So I'm watching the chat. I'll answer any questions about what I have. Let me get through this. I'm looking up the match card again just so I know the order of it. I believe I'm only going over the main card. I don't The Battle Royale was won by Naomi. Congratulations. That was great. I'm happy. I like her. I either wanted her or Becky to win that. Um the cruiserweights, I don't even know their names, but someone was crowned the cruiserweight champion after Neville left and stuff. So good for him. Hopefully maybe they'll get more time and a little more time to show off their skills because their matches are always good. Um, but starting off the night, I remember like for sure it was the Intercontinental triple threat match, and it started off with the entrances, and Seth Rollins looks like he was going with his looks like a little bit of Game of Thrones White Walker deal with his contacts. Like he had color contacts, and it looked like he was a White Walker from Game of Thrones. And he came out, had a good entrance. I always like seeing the entrances. And the Miz came out second, which I didn't. I always think the champion should come out last, but I guess it makes sense with what they were doing with this match and the entrance with Finn Balor, because we see the Miz. He comes out. He tells the Mizraj to leave. Tells them to back up, get out of here, which I thought was good for his character. New father, newly crowned father, like he had his baby this. I think it was past week or 2 weeks, one of the two. And then so he told Bo and Axel to just head to the back. I'm doing this myself. He goes out, and then Finn Balor comes out, and he's his new not so much gimmick, but a thing he's obviously supporting is the LB. Let me see how to like. Let me see the actual LBG. LB LGBT, yeah, something like that. Well, he's supporting, the gay and community. I'm just gonna call it that. I'm not gonna go on and on about it, but it's nice that he's supporting it. I think everyone deserves just to be treated as equals, and whatever your sexual orientation or what you identify as, you should just be treated as a human. Like you don't need to. We shouldn't honestly be so hooked on this, but I get it since it's a new thing. A lot of people don't accept it, but those are the older generations, and how long are they really going to be here? We're the generation that's really more accepting of that, and we're going to become of that, and we're going to pass down our what we think to our children and stuff. So we're going to it's just going to that view of it's going to end up just getting pushed back from generations growing older. But he came out. He had a good entrance. It just was more of a normal entrance. He had a bunch of people from that community at there, cheering for him up on front, on top of the stage. And the match was solid. I enjoyed the match. It had a lot of good spots. There wasn't anything that really stuck out in my mind right now from thinking about it. Uh, Finn's ripped. I think we all know that. He has that one moment where he screams. A lot of people weren't really like patting his back and shit like they normally do. Like they're usually so into it. Like, oh my god, it's Finn touching you. Didn't really happen like that. But I'm happy with the finish. Definitely happy with the finish. I like that Seth won. He deserves it. He's been on a roll. Him and fucking Finn can have a really good back and forth rivalry with that and like legitimize the Intercontinental title. But I don't want Finn and Seth to just push the Miz out of this equation unless if they have bigger plans for the Miz, because the Miz, well, now that I say that, and I was talking about he just had his daughter, I guess he could be, but like taking time off to be with Maurice and his daughter, which makes sense. I don't. Oh, okay, I'm just picking this. Like, be with his daughter. But I want The Miz to be more in a... He's so good on the mic. Everyone appreciates what he's capable of doing on the mic.
Rollins!
I think if he was pushed more so towards the
phenomenal,
like, main event scenes, I think no one would really have complaints about that. And that would just be a good time. Like, seeing Miz get that, appreciation. But, like I said, Seth won with, like, a good spot of... the curb stomp on the Finn, I believe, is what he did. Did he pin Finn? He did pin Finn. Yeah, I think he did. It was a solid match. Next up, who was next? 1 second. I'm gonna wait for some people to come in here.
There's the bell, and here we go. We're all along for the ride on this one, but make no mistake about it, we're going to have a winner. And I can tell you that this Brooklyn crowd has been anticipating this match ever since the doors opened tonight. He's simply reminding him that he's here. Tell us about AJ Styles. You're the so-called expert, so what can we expect from him tonight?
Well, we're going to find out who's the better competitor for sure. No gimmicks, just some good old-fashioned one-on-one action.
Yeah, the WWE is the true warrior endeavor. It's kill or be killed. Well, not literally, of course.
Seth Rollins is one of the most complete competitors you'll find in sports entertainment. The WWE Universe knows that when Seth has a goal in sight, the man is unstoppable.
Seth Rollins in some trouble here. With these two guys, we all knew this was going to be an all-out battle.
Yeah, he's taking on some offense here, but that's to be expected, especially considering who he's in the ring with.
He seemed more motivated than ever heading into this match, which makes me think he still has plenty of fight left in him.
He's starting to feel it here. Throughout his career, Seth Rollins has shown he can do anything in the ring. Rollins has promised to continue his assault on WWE until he gets what he wants.
Seth Rollins has reached an all-time level of success in a brief period of time. Rollins can do it all in there. And remember, the architect always has a plan.
He's in trouble.
He'd be smart to stay put there.
Looks like Seth Rollins is starting to fatigue here. He'll need to find a way to turn things around here.
I'd never count this guy out, but I'll tell you what, he's not looking so hot right now. He's really going to need to find a way to get back in this thing.
Styles looks like he wants to do it all by himself.
Counter here. Seth Rollins finds a way out. He connected on that one. That's how an aerialist damages an opponent. Man, Seth Rollins, what offense! Very difficult position to be in right now.
Yeah, situations like this usually don't end very pleasantly. AJ Styles got him there.
He lands a jarring forearm.
All right, I'm going to say it's Asuka and Charlotte, which I believe is the match of the night.
When this guy's on,
really
look out.
Me away. That match.
Ain't no stopping him now.
He's not going to go quietly.
No superstar worth his salt ever does.
With how Asuka, in part of the beginning of the
and now apparently needing a better look.
This just got a whole lot more interesting. The ref has got to put an end to these shenanigans.
But with push out of the ring like she did, like the hip attack.
Don't think. And Seth Rollins is going for the cover. And AJ Styles powers out.
Yeah, seemed to be just testing the waters a bit there.
She really played.
The face of Seth Rollins looks like it's been through a wood chipper.
Charlotte was always
AJ Styles continues the head games.
Was fighting an uphill battle. It seemed like Asuka always.
This could be it for him, guys.
But
yeah, he's on Dream Street.
You know, both of them got their good.
I think AJ Styles is done playing.
We thought maybe that possibly, like, is that it? But we all kind of knew Asuka's going to kick out of the spear, and it's just going to be one of those oh my god moments, which it was.
I think we're at the point in this match where the finisher shoulders down. This could be it.
Asuka is undefeated.
Never
But
say
it
die
ended
attitude
up,
out of him. Wow, I
getting
am
that
impressed.
Finger 4. This is what I really like. I like this about Charlotte, like the finish. The finger 4, and then like she does.
That'll
the
leave you
bridge,
disoriented.
She turns it, whatever they call it, the finger.
He's still not moving, guys.
He might be out, Cole.
She took into consideration the injury that
he connects with a beautiful moonsault.
Like was feeling pain in that shoulder, like she's taking hard bumps, so she probably
he's able to
feel
reverse
something.
it.
I don't know. If
he may be in the best
injury
physical condition I've ever seen him in.
Program, but she once she got the bridge up, she wasn't using that arm to hold herself up. She was using just her one good arm that wasn't targeted throughout the match to indicate, obviously that she was.
If this superstar can just land the finisher here, this match is all but over.
She could to defeat Asuka. And Asuka ended up tapping, which came to a surprise.
AJ Styles looks like he's really struggling under pressure.
This might be the beginning of the end for him. Oh, man, he has plenty of reason to be concerned here, guys. But you know what? So does his opposition. This is about as close as it gets.
Streak leaning behind her, like they're not have to promote her. They don't have to bring that up.
Seth Rollins has him right where he wants him.
The commentator doesn't have to bring that up and cram it down our throats that she's undefeated. Hopefully they don't spring up now.
That might just be the final nail in the coffin.
In her,
there's the cover. Can he do it? Look who we got here.
Now we got a party. Things just got a little more interesting.
But that was a great match. They just gave a hug, showed a lot of respect towards each other. I don't know how I feel about that in the
he's looking for the win. 1, 2.
Right after the match, like they just had this hard ass fight, like a handshake and stuff. But I guess the emotions overran them.
I think AJ Styles is done playing.
Shit, like how far the women's division.
Well executed clothesline.
It's amazing.
He misses on that one.
Were his eyes even open?
Just better. Like a lot are far better than the men's
reverses it.
matches. The men's matches are a lot lackluster compared to some of these women.
He hits a huge elbow drop.
And it just shows that they were underutilizing, and it's great that they're
somebody wound him up, and he's off and running.
Giving them like this spot to just shine and show that.
He wants no part of the outside.
Which I find amazing, and they're just doing great.
Seth Rollins
in the
super kick.
Next up, the Fatal 4-Way. Fatal 4-Way did not hold up compared to that last match.
What an amazing move! Did he score the pin?
It wasn't a bad match, but after a match like that, it just leaves you like...
Seth Rollins has him right where he wants him.
SmackDown main event for right after a pay-per-view.
What a knee strike from the King Slayer!
So
this one's that.
It could be over here.
Jinder won. I think people all kind of had that leaning thought Jinder could win it. And they put Rusev in there just to please the fans.
Just a matter of time now before this superstar goes for the finisher. And when that happens, you can bet this one's over.
To take the fall so Bobby and Randy don't look bad or look weak.
Styles
I don't like that. I really like Rusev. I think Rusev deserves better.
Game, set, match. This one
I think they're not happy that Rusev Day took off as well as it did. I think they wanted that to be annoying.
I think they wanted
fans to take that as a negative, but the fans just took it in such a positive form that they're in a way
AJ Styles is done playing.
Not all fans will pick up on it, but punishing Rusev.
Styles
it just
looking
feels
to
like
end
a
this
punishment.
thing.
And I just feel like that's just going
Styles
He's so
crash.
charismatic. He has more
Styles can finish the job here.
And AJ Styles is your winner.
Person who doesn't deserve, or a mid-card, I guess, but he doesn't deserve to be there. He deserves main event spots with how he acts. But I just think they need to lose Adam English. But I guess he's kind of the spokesman of Rusev Day. If he wasn't there, it would be no Rusev Day. But I don't think people would want Lana doing it. Lana's still trying to pursue her own thing, which hopefully that picks up, but that's not what I'm talking about. So after that, what was after that match? After that match, was it Ronda? I was talking about
Here
Ronda.
Is your winner, the
that was my favorite match of the night. Even though Charlotte and Asuka was
wasn't pretty,
the best, I
but
was really happy.
That was simply a case of one guy determined to prove his dominance over another.
So amazing.
Of course, we just saw one of the most exciting matches you'll see anywhere.
That was just something to see. Like seeing Ronda, Triple H, and Stephanie. Obviously, they come out with their. They always have a very interesting entrance. You always need to see that. Stephanie and Triple H now seem to have like their own entrance. And everyone's expecting that Stephanie and Triple H entrance every WrestleMania. And it's always something cool. Like, I feel like they've done the motorcycle thing a little much. And it's never like a cool motorcycle. It's always like that grandpa motorcycle. They're driving around in that three-wheeler. And I'm just like, it would be so much more badass if they were riding like a legit, like, I don't know, a fucking Harley. And it was, just like, Stephanie on the back of it, but I guess they're trying to, I can ride my own, and I'm like, well, I think anyone can ride that thing, It's just a fucking three-wheeler. It's like basically put forward, it's a quad, like, the fuck, man? Like, you're just making it an ATV. I don't like it. But their entrances are always entertaining. And then, now Ronda really stole this match. For sure, Ronda stole this match. Because without Ronda, Kurt Angle's pace, he's getting older. He's not an active ring competitor, but he seems so stiff. No, I don't know what, like, he just seems like he's really feeling the age and, like, the bumps, which is understandable. He's been at, like, the highest level of, like, the sport for such a long, he was at the highest level for such a long time. You're going to feel it. Like those bumps and that craziness after, taking time off, letting your body like soften in a way, I guess, like not used to these bumps anymore as much, at least. I don't know. I didn't follow him that much after I watched him a little bit in TNA, but other than TNA, I never really watched him in the like independent scene. I'm not much of someone who watches that. If you watch that, good on you. More power to you, man. You could give me a little correction if you see something. But I definitely believe, let me do a triple threat actually, that Ronda, Stephanie, and Triple H really stole the show. Kurt was there just stole that match, not the show. Stole that match because Kurt was there just to keep Triple H from being a one-on-two situation in the storytelling, because Ronda needed a guy on her behalf. I swear they should have, like, I thought maybe they get The Rock, but it honestly made more sense with Kurt, general manager. He's been having bad heat with them for like the whole year. They're probably gonna be tonight, like, Kurt's gonna get ridden off the air. And they're going to probably pick some new Hall of Famer to be the general manager of Raw. And then, like, vice versa with SmackDown. Because Bryan is now in-ring active, I guess. And, they're just going to pick a new Hall of Famer. That seems to be what they're doing, like a trend. Like, just give that Hall of Famer a year. Next WrestleMania, they get a new one. I don't want to see Goldberg as general manager. I could see Jeff Jarrett. That would be interesting. Jeff Jarrett as like SmackDown. I could see him as SmackDown. Or maybe Mark. I could see Mark Henry. Mark Henry speaks well. Like when he gets the opportunity, he could do well. Yeah, so that match was amazing. Ronda had a lot of good spots. Her pace was very fast in the beginning. I think she had to tone it down because I don't think Stephanie could keep up with that pace. But she definitely, like, the beginning was fine because it was just like that explosion of energy. She hasn't been tagged in yet. Kurt was getting his ass handed to him, and then like she comes out. So that initial spurt of energy and like momentum was good. I liked that, and then it like started to pace out better, and like Ronda was just a dominant fucking force in the ring. Like she was having confrontations with Triple H, showing I ain't scared of you. She gave him these quick hands. I also am a big fan of the UFC and MMA in general, and I was just thinking like, I don't want her to be like the MMA girl, like throwing punches in the matches. I want her to do actual like things, like do chops and like do things of that nature, not focus on like saying Ronda was the MMA girl, because in MMA she wasn't like that. She was not someone throwing fists like that. And they're just playing up like, "Oh, you're an MMA girl. You can throw a bunch of punches." That wasn't her strong suit. I'm fine with her being a submission specialist because that's what she actually could do. But with time going on, I think she could. Like, it was good. I liked it regardless. I thought it was good. I just thought the punches looked a little silly at times, but it didn't take away the match from me. It didn't like take me out of it. I thought she did. She did it enough to where it didn't look ridiculous. She also needs to lay off the eyeliner and the mascara, because it started smearing from the sweat. But it made it look like a war. So I'm like, all right, she looks a little rough right now. It was a war. I'm like, cool. She had a great finish. I liked when Stephanie was looking to tag Triple H, and he's nowhere to be seen, and she's like, oh shit. And then she jumps out, like, she's scared of Ronda. Fair reason. Ronda could break her arm. And like, Stephanie's really good at playing that woman that you just can't stand. You just see her and you're just like, girl, shut the fuck up. But that's what her character implies, and it's very entertaining. I like it a lot. The
Rock.
No, I don't want to play. Sorry.
Batista. Rhino. Brock Lesnar.
Right. And so that match was great. Ronda gets the finish. She basically is just taunting, pretty much playing with her food with Stephanie as they were like showing it. Like she was trying to get the armbar. Stephanie was like, holding her hands, like had a grip closed, like so she couldn't get it. But Ronda like let go of it and like put her shoulder underneath the arm to make her lose her grip. And then
we often discuss that strategy is so important in a triple threat match. To emerge victorious,
it was a really good match.
It was my
favorite match.
That could include letting an opponent do all the work and beating down the other participant, and then coming in to reap the benefits.
And if you ask me, this one has what it takes to be right up there with some of the great triple threat matches of the past, including the classic we saw at WrestleMania 30.
As we get started, let me say that every time I'm in this arena, I can't help but think back to December 1998 when Mick Foley won his first WWE Championship. Okay, guys, I wanted to talk a little bit about Brock Lesnar here. So what can these WWE fans expect out of him tonight?
Brock Lesnar has dominated every arena he's played in, from college wrestling to MMA to the WWE. And there's no reason to think he won't dominate this match here tonight.
All I can say is he definitely looks the part, and sometimes that helps, believe it or not.
If there's a finishing move that can end an opponent's existence once and for all, it's the F5 from the Beast.
I want to turn the... I know what I need to do. I need to turn that music off. But So next up, I believe it was Shane McMahon, Daniel Bryan versus Kevin and Sammy. And I think this match is just leading up to Sammy and Kevin going back to Raw. Because they made it very apparent when they were saying, like, fired. I'm pretty sure they said fired from SmackDown. So they were, like, leaving that open to, oh, yeah, well, we're here on Raw now to cause our Sammy and Kevin shenanigans. Best buddies for life. That's what I'm getting from them. That match was just an okay tag team match. They shouldn't have, like, had it where Kevin and Sammy jumped them. They should have just had, like, a fucking entrance. Because everyone wanted just to see Daniel Bryan, and they didn't get to see much of Daniel Bryan. After all of that, we got to see, like, a little bit of Daniel Bryan. I didn't like that. And it just felt, from, like, some of the really good matches, it felt like the fans are just on their edge of the seat, and then they get something lackluster. And, like, the only thing to take away from it is, like, it's awesome that Daniel Bryan's fucking wrestling again. Like, after that 3-year retirement because he was just unfit to wrestle. He wasn't allowed to. Like, he wasn't medically cleared. And being able to come back, that's the best part. Like, the video package was really cool. It was emotional for the fans that are just, like, diehard Daniel Bryan fans. And probably Daniel Bryan, like, you know, it's probably still surreal for him. Like, oh my God, I get to do what I love again. So good for him. I'm happy for him. He deserves it. Alright, no music. And, so Daniel Bryan. Shit, I lost my train of thought. I was doing that. Hello, welcome to the stream. So Daniel Bryan, they shouldn't have had Sammy and Kevin, you know, jump him. That was a bad move because then the match for, like, the first 10 minutes, I felt like, was just, you know, Shane McMahon trying to fight off, like, oh yeah, I'm a tough guy, I'm gonna be able to fight off these two guys, and then they really played it up like, you know, Daniel's hurt, gonna get the fans like, what the fuck, man. You get to see Daniel, like, they were getting the stretcher out. Daniel, I don't even remember if Daniel got on the stretcher. I thought they were gonna pull, like, I forgot what WrestleMania was when he won the titles from Randy and Batista. But, like, I thought they were going to pull something like that. And I'm like, don't do that. Please just don't do that. But I don't think they did. I can't remember, though. Hopefully they didn't. But then, you know, Daniel got to get the win. Had Sammy tap out. I don't honestly remember any spots in that match that were memorable for me. I know, Shane did the coast to coast or whatever the hell he calls that thing where he jumps from the turnbuckle all the way to the other ring on Sammy, and he got some good air on that one. Like, sometimes it looks like he barely makes it. That one looked like he was gonna keep going if there was no turnbuckle in the way. If you watch it, it just looked like he was just going. I was like, damn, Shane, you just kicked him right in the face. It looked like he was just gonna, like, catapult past him. That was nuts. I always like when he does that move. That move's crazy. Shane's an underrated wrestler. I really like his wrestling, like his work that he does in the ring. It's really entertaining. But yeah, that was it. That was that. That match, you know, Shane and Daniel won, obviously, like what we thought. I think some people might have thought they were gonna lose because of the stipulation. If Sammy and Kevin lose, they get fired. But like I said, I feel like that they said, from what I remember, they said they're fired from SmackDown. So I just feel like they're going to just move to Raw, and we're going to see them do their shenanigans on Raw. So that's all I see happening. I don't see that, like, being, you know, set in stone. I don't think, obviously they're not fired. They're still employed. It's just a part of the storyline. And welcome to the stream. If you have any matches you want me to talk about or you want to talk about with me in the chat, I'll gladly re-talk about one of them. It was a good WrestleMania, in my opinion. It wasn't the best, but I don't think it was as bad as people thought. I've been going through the matches from what I remember in order, but I don't know if I missed any. I don't think I did. So I did. I'm on that one. And then what was next? Was it after that match? Was it Alexa Bliss and Nia? It might have been. It could have been Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss. That match was okay. I felt like it shouldn't have been on after Asuka and Charlotte. Asuka and Charlotte definitely had the women's match of the night, and Asuka and Asuka and Charlotte just did amazing. And then, but Alexa and Bliss and Nia Jax definitely were. They did well. It was a good match. I liked it. I'm a huge Alexa Bliss fan. She's my favorite female wrestler. She's great. She does amazing things, like on the mic, and she does decent enough ring work to make her an acceptable champion, because she can just really carry that. Here it is. You can just carry that, you know? So, there we go. She just carries the female division on where a lot of men can't even speak that well on the mic. And I know that's a rehashed like compliment that Alexa gets a lot of the times. And like, but her ring work is not bad. She plays a great heel. She does a lot of shit people just hate, and she's not like that in real life. I see these comments on her Instagram, and I'm like, you people are such assholes. Like, Alexa Bliss is not a mean little girl, little bitch girl in real life. That's not her character. That's just her character. But that match, she played a little, you know, she was fighting the bigger person. She was trying to use all the cheap tactics that she was able to use, but Nia just was obviously prevailed to be too strong. I think it was a long time build up to just give Nia the title, which she deserves. She's done a lot. I believe she deserves a title shot. I think people wanted to see Alexa lose the title because she's had it for so long. She's so successful on the mic that she's not going to really hinder not having the title. But I think it more legitimizes Nia as a actual competitor. After the two matches with Asuka coming up a little bit short, but you know, she had a match in NXT, but I barely watch. I don't watch NXT. I heard she had a match in NXT, and people were like, "Oh, we gotta ignore that." But you know, Nia won. She was very emotional, very happy. Good for her. Next up, what was next? Next up was it John Cena and The Undertaker? It might have been John Cena and The Undertaker, or that might have been before that match, but I'll just talk about it now. Undertaker and John Cena. John Cena comes out. He has Elias come out, interrupt him, turns off all the lights, makes everyone think it's Taker. That was funny. Was Elias in the Battle Royale? Or like, I don't even know if he was in it. Could have been. Yeah, he deserved it. Elias has been doing good work. He'll be at next year's WrestleMania for sure. He'll probably have a match, like a triple threat or something for the IC or United States title. He has something coming to him. I think he would do really well on SmackDown right now if Elias was able to just switch brands, be on that show, the 2-hour time slot. They give a lot more opportunities to stars like that who are coming up. And I could see him winning the U.S. title or being like in world championship matches, but you know, coming up a tad short in like a more B-list pay-per-view to like build him up, because he's getting better on the mic. People really are behind the Walk with Elias gimmick, so you know, they had a little squash thing with Cena, you know, just getting him out of there, not entertained, not liking it very much, not liking what Elias did. Wait, and then he goes, John's music plays, he's confused. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? This is it? He's walking out to the ramp, back to the back, and then Taker's music or lights go off, and then you hear the dong. Now this is my thoughts on this. This is why I think this happened. They're obviously giving Taker a better farewell than what they gave him. Like, he did not look strong. He did not look good in last year's WrestleMania with Roman. He looked, it looked rough. I feel like, and John Cena's a name that more legitimizes his win. Like, it's a big name for the company. Like, Undertaker squashed Cena. I think Cena agreed to like a very short, under 5-minute match, so Taker isn't winded and gassed and can't keep the pace. Undertaker hit his classic moves on Cena, and then, you know, just squashes him. He basically does what Cena in the past did to other talent. But I thought this was more of a respect thing, like John Cena accepting to do this. Like, Undertaker's done so much for the company, and it just did not seem like it was. People are mad about the outcome and stuff, but Undertaker got his win. I don't know if they had plans for that in the future, but it wasn't the, like, a highlight of the show. It wasn't, no, like, people can say they've seen the Undertaker's entrance. I feel like that's what it is. It wasn't the dream match people was hoping it was going to be. This match needed to happen when the Undertaker was still undefeated at WrestleMania, and he needed to, I don't even know, he just needed to do it when he was undefeated at WrestleMania. And, like, they were more in their prime. Like 2010 Undertaker, 2008 Undertaker. Ooh, that would be a great match. But, oh well. Like, that's all I have to say to that. Wasn't great. Wasn't amazing. It was just something that happened at WrestleMania. The commentary also was getting me annoyed. I really don't like Michael Cole. Yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there. After that, I feel, no, I didn't talk about, that's what I didn't talk about, the Triple Threat Tag Team match. SmackDown Tag Team titles, that was short as hell. Wasn't that good. And it could have been good, but I feel like they just told him to get it over with quick. Bludgeon Brothers won. The Usos, kinda, I don't like when finishing moves or like moves that like, are supposed to really end the match start to seem pointless in the match. Like the super kick was just getting thrown around over and over and over. Like that move used to be, had so much more weight behind it with like Shawn Michaels. Like when that move hit, it was over most of the time. Not throwing a million and kick out, get up, kick out, get up, or whatever. The Bludgeon Brothers won. Great, awesome, cool match. The entrance was a little weird with the pancakes from the New Day. I didn't get the little midgets. The Bar and Braun Strowman, and Nicholas, that happened. I don't know how they're gonna play that off on this Monday tonight. Hopefully something happens. Like we'll hear something. I don't know if it's gonna be satisfying, but I like, at least the kid got to have like a nice little moment. I'm not no hater over it. At least the kid's happy. Like the kid got to do something. I like when you see like these kids having memories and moments like that. It's nice. People take this stuff too seriously. They get too mad over little things. It's life. Let the kid have a good moment. Good for him. Braun, they'll do something with it. After that, was it the main event? I'm pretty sure it's the main event after that. With Brock and Roman. And I think a lot of people are really shocked about the outcome. With how they were making it, the pace go out. Like, Roman just kept kicking out of F5 after F5 after F5. Just kicking out. And Brock is just, showing his frustration, getting mad. But then he busts open Roman, and I couldn't tell if it was fake blood or not. Could care less, really. It didn't look like a legitimate way to cut someone. I think it was, I I don't think it was done by actually hitting. I think they used it with a blade or something. Because that was a lot of blood for like a few like forearms. Because if he was, think of it this way: if Brock Lesnar was on top of you, legitimately forearming you in the fucking head, after like 2 of those, you'd probably be either knocked out, because he's not defending himself, he's just taking it. So either he's knocked out, you would be knocked out, or you would be so rocked you wouldn't be able to finish the match. So there's that. Think of it that way. So I don't think it was real. I think Roman gave a little cut to himself, and then like Brock just opened it up with like a work. Then Roman gets like 2 spears, Brock kicks out, F5, bam, it's over, and then you see Brock win. I was like, what the fuck? Everyone expected Roman to win that. So I'm curious to see what they do, because everyone said his contract was up. Maybe they had an extension. I heard that could be something that happened. But it was a good night. Overall, I thought it was a good WrestleMania. I'm curious to see if there's any after WrestleMania returns of like former superstars like coming back. I like when they do that stuff like that. The Raw after WrestleMania is always exciting because you never know what's about to happen. So I would tune into that, you guys. Thanks for coming by if you watched and listened to me talk for a little bit. I wanted to just talk about this. Enjoy the rest of your day, you guys, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye.